guys, welcome to the live stream. My name is Lois, and today I am just again in my garden because we are all about urban farming. Although every now and then we venture into other things. So, welcome to the live. I decided to just, I am supposed to be with you guys every Sundays and Wednesdays, but like I also said, I will be on live anytime. So whenever you find me, please don't feel offended or don't feel like I lied to you. But yeah, last week I did not go on live because of certain reasons. I don't like giving excuses, but that is that. I did not go. Uh, but we're supposed to have live every Wednesdays and Sundays and every other time, but I feel like engaging with you. So when you find me anytime, yeah, just join me and let's discuss about urban farming. Welcome to the live. If you've just joined me, please leave me a hello so that I can say hello back to you. It means a lot to me to engage with you. So I am in the garden, and this is what I am doing. I'm trying to support this is Rocket. I think if you followed my videos, I have been encouraging everyone who is practicing urban farming to always leave some of your plants to go to seed, and that is what I did with the rocket plant, and I also do that a lot with the other plants. I've made a video on the plants, the seeds that I've saved from my own farm. It's very important to do that so that you can you can reduce on the costs of buying seeds every now and then you want to, excuse me, every now and then that you want to plant. Hi, Green Man, how are you? Oh dear, it's been very sunny for us here. And earlier on I had like an umbrella hat. I have that hat that I always put on when I'm planting, because today I was doing a lot of planting and transplanting. Although transplanting I like doing, of course, in the evenings. That is when it is very convenient. How are you? Sorry about the weather. We'd never get to experience snow in Uganda, except, of course, if you go to the mountains, like in the peaks. But have plenty of sunshine and some rain every now and then. Today it's been a little bit moody. Sometimes it's cloudy. Other times it's very hot. So it's been very it's been very very. I don't know that I don't understand the mood of the weather these days, but we just go with it. But we don't have snow. We just have lots of sunshine and rain sometimes. So this is the rocket. A rocket plant that I've had in my garden and I've left to go to seed. I always stress about it very much. There are seeds that we have had, there are flowers, there are vegetables that we have had before, and sometimes we realize they've disappeared from the garden. Hi Norbert, how are you? Thank you for joining the live. Yes, today I was actually making a video and I decided like, oh, okay, let me just go on live because I've been seated here in the garden and it's been very, very, very hot. It tried raining and then just decided to go to heat us up again. So I am here with my plants. I'm tying this. These are the rocket vegetables. They're very nutritious. I think every vegetable is nutritious. But yeah, it's been raining and very windy sometimes, so the plants can go down very easily, and that is. I am on. Yeah, I know it's fine. I really, really appreciate you though. You've been with us, supporting us every step of the way, and you are an urban farmer, regardless. So that is okay. So I am just supporting this plant because it's just been going down and down, and it's not healthy for plants to be on ground sometimes because they get infections. And I don't want. I also want to create room for other things because I've been planting. Look at this. This is our normal corn. So it's white in color. We have other colors as well, but this is the normal white one. And I've been saving this from the garden. We harvested a lot and ate a lot. So, but I always encourage people to save some seeds for the next planting. I've also had, yes, like I said, I've made a video, so I'll show you what I've saved from my garden for the next season. And of course, I'm just picking out the leftovers, the things that I need to get from. Yeah. So what did I do today? We did a lot of work, and I'm a little bit tired. We did remove the compost because we needed more area for compost, so we needed to get the ones that were ready and transfer to the garden. So we have done that because I've started just doing a lot of transplanting and planting again. So yeah, this is how we do both. We just eat it like the normal corn, like the ones the yellow orange one. But this is the local type that most of um, we always put we always grind for flour, and we call it posho. In Kenya they call it ugali. So yeah, and I also have these the bush beans that I've done a lot of planting already. Thank you, Kana. Green one. This is the type of corn that you're talking about. I just picked a few from the garden, and Kana just brought for me because we're roasting from behind, and this is sweet corn. Some people also use this. I don't know if they know there is this particular type, this variety, but it also comes in yellow, orange. So we call it yellow posho when they grind it. So they also grind a yellow flour. So but this one brings the white flour, which is the normal maize flour that we have in Uganda, and it's mostly used in schools and homes, of course. Yeah, it has very high content in carbohydrates. So this is the normal corn. See the importance of urban farming, guys. I have been sweating and really tired in the garden, but when I get to have this, it makes me very happy. So let us test. mm, so sweet. mm, this is good. So for me, in my garden I have a variety growing. So I have what is it, this type of corn, this maize. We call it maize in Uganda, but many people don't call it really corn. We call it maize. So we have this particular type, and we have other colors like the orange one as well, which is this. They also grind to give us flour. But in my garden, I have this one. Then I have the sweet corn, which you just saw, and then I have also the one that we use for popcorn, that smaller type for popcorn. Ah, that with melted butter is a favorite. We often cook them over coals in there. Okay. I'll try that. I've never soaked. I just pick them from the garden and just take to the stove directly. And because I've been in the garden, so my Kana helped me. They enjoy roasting this so much. So they brought me like a couple, and yeah, it's really nice. Uh, No, but right. 100 years ago. Nowadays, we rarely eat meals made from. Yes, that is true. That is true. A lot of people are trying to deviate from what was the norm in the past. But for us, we haven't changed at all. We just eat everything, guys. I eat everything. Sometimes I have like maybe poor appetite every now and then, but when it comes to corn, there is no such thing as poor appetite. I just love it. I love it. Even when I'm very, very sick, I'm just eating, 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 eating. So this is really a delicacy. So I have the sweet corn and these other ones. I have the different types growing in my at different points in my garden. So sometimes we have the popcorn, the smaller ones for popcorn. We just pop them. And then but also they're very sweet when you roast them. So whichever way, we just love to prepare it, whichever way, whatever we have in mind or in the mood for, we just do that. Welcome, guys. Thank you so much for joining the live. I appreciate you so much. It means a lot to me. And yeah, if you've noticed, I am I am under my cassava plant. Yeah, I came to hide here because it was very sunny and scorching earlier, and I decided to just rest here. That's when I decided to go live because I'm like, otherwise, thank you so much, guys, for joining. I appreciate you so much. If you've just joined me, please say hello so that I can say hello back. We are all about urban farming, but every now and then we venture into other things. So please, if you're here, leave me a like on the live stream and also a comment so that we can engage. Gilman says, I do tortilla a lot. I like to mix half corn, half wheat sometimes. Okay. Uh, yes, it is a nice spot to sit. I always hide in my garden. Sometimes, rarely, is when I'm. And is it hot now or your place? Not your place, Lois. Ah, no, it's not. It's now 5 p.m. So the sun has gone a little bit down, and it's not it's now very shady. But earlier on, I had a lot of the sun was very hot and scorching, and that really drains me. Whenever I'm in the hot under the hot sun for so long, it drains my energy, especially because I'm always doing this, I'm always doing that. So it takes a lot of my energy. And now when I sit like this, I just want to drift off a little bit. But no, I want to be with you guys. So how has today is Tuesday? How has your Tuesday been? Green man, how has your okay, it's just morning. How was your night? I would say for us it's been already some time. It's now evening time, and that's why I'm just chilling and having my tea. Today I'm not having coffee. I'm just having tea. Sarah and I are quite addicted to coffee. When we are together, we are always having coffee, coffee, coffee. But today, I am having tea, not coffee. Nobody says, is it hot now? Oh, okay. I already answered that, didn't I? Here it is already darkening. I see it is still full daylight in Uganda. I'm envious a bit. Yeah, it is quite amazing. It's amazing that you are there and you're actually 2 hours behind us. Yeah, and yet we still have some like plenty of sunshine. We have like certain times when we have longer days than nights, and then the other way around, we have those days also. So when you wake up, it can be like maybe 7, and it is still quite bright outside, and then you have like very early mornings, like around 7, it's very bright. So we have those days here. But yeah, it's just it's nice weather here. We just have two seasons, and we don't get affected much. So when it is raining, it is raining. When it is dry, it is dry. So we know what to do. But again, due to climate change, we don't really know when it's going to be start raining, when it's going to stop. And like now, it's supposed to stop. We're supposed to enter the dry season in December, but I still see lots of signs of rain, which means it's going to continue. Who knows? So these days, it's just about accepting what is and going by it. And the only thing that we can do is try to fight to help fight climate change, which is planting trees, and that is what I stress a lot about. Most of us, we think urban farming is all about growing your vegetables, uh, yeah, vegetables, crops, this and that, but it is not just about that. It's also about growing our trees. Um, uh, Green one says, I've done the first batch, okay, of morning chores and had breakfast, okay. 6+ miles per hour wind and snow coming tonight. Your life caught me just before going out to do the next chores. Good excuse. Ah, well, thank you so much for whether it is an excuse, it's still a good excuse, right? Thank you so much for sparing your time to be with me. It means a lot to me. You guys have been very supportive, and that means the world. I appreciate you a lot for always making the time. They always say there is nobody has time. Even the idle people in the streets don't have time. The idle people at homes don't have time. So it is just we make time for the things that actually matter to us. So we always have to make time for those important things. And I'm happy that we are important to you, and by we I mean Sarah and I. It means a lot that we are important, and to make time to be with us, it means a lot. And again, guys, for those of you who have just joined, please subscribe if you haven't already. We are all about urban farming, although every now and then we take you on other ventures, but please feel free to interact. If you have just joined, say hello. I'm very happy to engage with you, and also like the live stream. That helps us a lot to engage with a lot of other people. So please feel free and leave me a like and also a comment so that I can be able to say hello back to you. And Noah says here it's okay, almost end of the working day. Good excuse too. Norbert, yes, thank you so much, Norbert. I know that sometimes I go on live when you're at work, and it means a lot to me that you always make time to be on the live. So thank you so much. I send you my very, and Greenman, you guys have been amazing. The support that you give us, it's amazing. And of course, those who don't engage but they're always with me, I'm really very grateful to them as well. Thank you so much, guys, for the support and for those likes. Please leave the live stream a like and subscribe if you haven't already. Yes, my pleasure. I don't see people often. It's good to spend time with warm people in warm. Right. Oh, why don't you see people often? Are you like you're a little bit isolated, or what? Or because of the weather? Mm? I know that if it's very snowy and it's very, you don't go out often, but why? Yeah, why don't you see people often? I still want to ask anyway, even if I have like different options of answers in my head. Mm? Um, you're working from home mostly. That I do that a lot too. So sometimes I sit on the laptop on my work desk and I get really tired. So the only other option is I have my garden, which makes me very happy. Rarely is when I go out, but it always helps to work from home. It helps a lot. So it's good to know that you are always, we can bother you a little bit every now and then. Yeah, it means a lot. Sometimes even when we are working at home, it gets very busy and we have to focus and do this and that. But it means a lot that you make time to still be with me. That means a lot. Huh? So yeah, thank you so much, guys, for joining the live. I appreciate you so much. If you look in my eyes, I'm a little bit tired, but I'm very happy that you're here with me to engage a little bit. That makes my day when we engage with each other. Let us talk about Hammond farming. Let us talk about anything you want to know. The weather in Uganda, if you're not in Uganda, whatever you have in mind, this is the time for us to engage with each other. It means a lot to me, guys, when you say when you tell me your challenges, you tell me, you share with me about your day, anything, just talk about anything. That means a lot to me. So in regards to urban farming, I'm very happy to always answer your questions, whatever inquiries you have. That makes me very happy. Whatever problems you have that you want to share, that also makes me very happy and gives me ideas on what videos to make for you guys. Because when you tell me a challenge that you're experiencing as an urban farmer, then I know that I have to make a video on it to help whichever way I can. Yeah, I might not be an expert in everything, but I always like to do my best to be there for you urban farmers and of course our supporters as well. So let us engage with each other every live. When I'm on live, please feel free to engage with me. I'm not scary, am I? No, what? Let me see. Yes, I live out in the forest by a little river. Yeah, you told me about the road, the lavender, that type of lavender. For the little river. My wife is a nurse in the local hospital, but I mostly work from the cabin in the woods. I love everything you're saying. The cabin, the woods, everything. I really, really love it. Personally, I'm also a very quiet person. I love I love being quiet. So most times you're going to find when I'm just quiet doing my things or in the garden, and when I'm around talkative people, I am very, very quiet. I am more of a listener. I love listening so much and analyzing things. So when I'm with people who are talkative, I am always like this. Uh, Nobody says, Lois, do you have the name of that noisy bird? Last time okay. And you're saying, please speak louder if possible. Okay, I will do that. Yes, no, but I tried to ask my nephew again to send me the name on WhatsApp because he told me on phone. I actually called him, and he told me the name. I just told him, please send me the name on WhatsApp so that I don't forget. And he did not send me. So if he's here, if Temujin, if you're here on this live and you send the name of the bird already, otherwise nobody will not leave me alone. Mm. Greenman says, I know, no, but I know you're going to ask again, so I really have to be on the neck. He told me again. I'm such a bad student. But yes, I'm going to ask him to just send me the name so that I have it on my phone. I just read and just, just get in my head. And Norbert say, Greenman says, I use urban farming information here in the forest. Everything has to be within walls or the predators will come and steal everything. Okay. The predators, yeah. Yeah, you live in the woods. Yeah, I understand. And yeah, urban farming helps a lot. The ideas of urban farming helps a lot. And I appreciate that you're practicing doing that. It makes me very happy uh, to know that you're doing that. So yeah, urban farming is the way to go, guys. For me, I am a fan, I am an advocate, and I will sing in your ear every now and then. If it means I have to do it 1,000 times, I am going to sing in your ear like an annoying mosquito until we all engage in urban farming because it is our future, I believe. Because a lot of people are doing construction, uh, a lot of land is being used for a number of things, and eventually we are going to lose plenty of space, plenty of land to other things like industrialization, etc. So it is important that we create this awareness that it is actually possible to have these things growing in your garden. Many homes in Kampala, for example, in the town areas, you find, like in this particular area where I have, you find them having just grasses for playing, or just they don't even use it maybe for playing, or maybe for the kids. You find when they just put grass and they forget about it, and every now and then they just bring in somebody to cut the grass, etc. But if you can, and you have this kind of space, and you can actually plant a thing or two, that is important. Because I could have been having my grass here and just enjoying uh, coffee and whatever, like I am doing now. But I'm still doing it. I'm still enjoying it in the garden. So it's very important that we encourage urban farming, because that is going to eliminate the problem of food shortages, famine, because there's a year that we suffered a lot, especially in the northeastern Uganda. There was a lot of famine, and in northeastern Uganda is a semi-desert, so you find they're mostly growing sorghum. They mostly grow yeah, things like sorghum, mostly sorghum, and what else have I seen in Karamoja? Mm. So it's called the Karamoja region. So you find that they mostly have sorghum. Yeah, sorghum. Why am I thinking just about sorghum? It's mostly sorghum. Mm. And it is there. When I visited there, is when I learned how to eat the sorghum, the fresh ones, and also they boil it. Ah, yeah, it was such a great experience when I went to northeastern Uganda, where you just eat raw sorghum, and then the seeds, and you can also boil them. Very nice. So yeah, there is a semi-desert, and they're prone to famine, because production is very low, and most people cannot afford to buy produce from other places. So yeah, the government came in, I think, during that time, and they've been getting help. But let's assume that you have a small garden in whether you're in town, yeah, we're talking about urban farming. So well, if you have like just a small space and you have your skuma wiki growing, for example, wolves, bears, mountain lions, bobcats, eagles, yeah, take take the animals. The poach, okay, deer and moose. Ah, oh dear, yeah. I understand your problem. I understand the challenges you're facing, Greenman. So yeah, you definitely need a fence in your area to have these things. But it's also just beautiful to think that you're just in the middle with the animals, with nature. That excites me a little bit. Yeah, I love nature, guys. I just love being around nature. And I think I'm the happiest person when I'm just quiet in some forest. Um, before we even started, before we started YouTube, Sarah and I used to go to there's a forest that is not so far from us, so we often went there, and we had some guy take us around because we were afraid we'd find maybe some bad people in the forest. Those guys who are just on weed or something. So uh, this particular guy used to take us in the forest, and would just pick on the seedlings, because our one of the mission is to create community gardens and also help other people in eastern Uganda. I come from eastern Uganda, so they say yeah, we have also to improve our homeland, right? So, and Teso region is mostly plateau, it's flat, so you don't find like a lot of hills, and that also makes us prone to a lot of challenges. So you find that the sunshine, when it is dry season, it is really hot and quite dusty. So a lot of people have cough and flu and this. So we experience a lot of that during the dry spells. Although a lot of things are changing now, we don't get, sometimes it's hot, not so hot. I don't understand how the climate is just changing these days. But yeah, let us just that is the reason why we try to get these trees to help and also promote, encourage other people to plant trees so that we can fight climate change. And again, in the east, you find we're already suffering, and people are still cutting down trees for charcoal. Yeah. So I know that sometimes we cannot avoid doing these things, but I think it is important that if you're cutting a particular tree, you replace it. But people don't think about that, huh? Nobody says exercise urban farming in my yeah, I exercise urban farming in my fridge. It is full with tomatoes, bell pepper. Right. No, but you're always making me laugh. Yeah. So, and where do you always get your yeah, those from the grocery stores? Yeah, you're still supporting urban farming, well, whichever way you are. Like now, you support us here, and you're also supporting the farmers who are supplying for you. That is also very important. But I still wish to know the plants that you have in the house and if you have increased them. Last time you said you had something, so let me know if you have increased, you have added more. That would make me very, very happy. Thank you so much for joining the live, guys. It means a lot to me that you've spared your time to be with me. Yeah, I am just here, and this is the rocket. I was trying to tie this. Ah, see, trying to tie. So this is also a hub right here. It's also a hub, and this is the palak spinach. So I removed the, I already harvested the seeds, but this is still there. I'm just removing everything from this garden area so that I can plant more stuff. But this one is not yet mature, so I've been trying to support it still as we wait for these seeds. So we have these two plants that are the rocket vegetable, which is going to give us plenty of seeds. So that's what I was doing when I decided to go on live. Uh, Greenman says Fiona was harvesting sorghum on a recent. Yes, she went. She went to the village. Yeah, she went to the village to see the people there, and yeah, she decided to show you guys what the village life is like harvesting. But I must say that I don't really admire being in the village when they're doing those harvests. I don't like sorghum harvest, although I enjoy it enjoy. I just like being in the farm, yeah. But the only thing that I really enjoy like being involved when they're harvesting is groundnuts. I love harvesting groundnuts. I love harvesting cassava because you can also eat it raw. I like something that I'm always like nibbling on. I also love. I love when they're harvesting sweet potatoes that we can also eat while harvesting. What else? Rice, not so much. But if it is your garden, it's a happy thing that you're harvesting. You celebrate the harvest. You celebrate the achievement. So, but it is not as fun as harvesting cassava, harvesting the other things, yeah, and another season that it makes me really happy. And let me first read this. Yes, grandma, she also harvested millet in the same video. I am urban but not a farmer, unfortunately. Okay, okay, I get it. But you can still have a plant or two in the house. You had one, no? No, but if you have like any plant, one or two, that's okay. Hmm? So yeah, I think my birthday is coming in 2 days. Wonder what I'll do then. So you can get a plant on my for my sake and have it in the house, a house plant. And then let me know about the house plant that you have. So that would be like a gift to me for my birthday. You can get the snake plant. There is, I think I'll do a video on house plants so that I can give idea. I think I can talk about that so that some people can also get. It's not my birthday yet. It is in 2 days on the 12th. So it's not yet the birthday. But I was telling Nova to get a plant at least to make me happy on my birthday. Huh? Yes. Behind me here, my friend here is sugar cane. It is we have like the red type and the green type. This is the red type. So I have like sugar cane at different points in the you can see it dangling like that. So I'm actually yeah, that's how it looks. So I have sugarcane behind me. I have corn next to me. I have cassava. So yeah, I'm with my friends here. Yeah, I have. I don't normally celebrate my birthday, but I was just thinking about it. I was thinking about doing something special, especially on this one. But I don't normally celebrate. I just celebrate every day. I like to celebrate every day of my life because that is just waking up is enough. I should be grateful for just waking up. So that that is enough normally. So other than sometimes, yeah, sometimes I just take this little princess out. But what was I saying earlier on? What was I talking about? Huh? We were talking about nobody getting a plant, and then I deviated, and then before that I was talking about something else. But yeah, remind me if if I didn't complete that story. But we are still in line with urban farming. We're still talking about urban farming. So my sugarcane has decided to just uh, one of the things that we used to do as children in the village was playing with. We used to play with the seeds when the cassava flowered. There are those seeds that are calm, right? We used to play a lot with. We used to collect them and dry them, and then we used to have some spinning games that we it was so beautiful. Nowadays, a lot of games have come up, but these other beautiful games that you can just concoct from your garden, things from your garden. It's beautiful. So I think I had one of the best childhoods just growing up here, like visiting the countryside, having to go in the garden. Um, I told you a story, right, about like I told you, I love corn. That is my one thing that I really love. And I think I told you a story when my uncle decided that I eat we eat a lot of corn, my cousin and I, and he decided that we go and plant the corn. That was the most exciting time of my one of the exciting times of my life because I was excited and I just wanted to go and plant. So we went to the garden with a sack of maize. Nobody else called it maize. So we went with the maize, the seeds, a half a sack, and we're just planting. So happy to plant. And when they germinated, guys, when they germinated, they were like shrubs. Greenman says, I'd like to try sugarcane. We do maple syrup in the spring when they okay. Yeah, try it out and let me know how it does. Um, you are in the city. Okay, that was a question for Norbert. Um, okay. And how old were you when moving from village to the city? Well, I didn't move from the village to the city. Um, we were born in town, but our life was very much involved. We had like, let me see, we had a balance. So let's say that we had like, during school time, we're in the urban setting, and we just, yeah, we're in this urban setting. And then during the holidays were all in the village. Every time we got, we just went to the village. So it was a sort of a balance, a balanced life, both in the country and the countryside and the town. So I had both town life and village life. So it was like a balance. So I didn't really move from the village to town. Just continued with a lifestyle, balancing the way it is. So sometimes you find when I'm in Kampala, you find when I'm sometimes you find when I'm in Soroti, sometimes you find when I'm in deep in the countryside, the village itself, the ancestral home. So I like to balance life, because when I am tired of work, tired of so much city life, then I can just go I can just go to the countryside and spend some time there and just rediscover myself. You know, it's there's something about the country feels. There's something about the country feel. It just makes me very happy. It just reboots the system, and that makes me very fresh when I get back to the city. So I balance out my life. I'm here, I am there, I am the other side. So that makes me very happy. If I decided, I could actually even travel tonight and go to Soroti, to the countryside, to Soroti, and then to the countryside, to the ancestral home. So it's just about balancing, and it's been like that since. In my childhood, during school breaks, I also often was in the village with my grandparents. Okay. Yes, grandparents. There's something about grandparents. Let me tell you a story. Um, um, I'm quite obsessed with when it is mango season. That is one of the times that I really love being in the village. Guys, I love mangoes. I love mangoes so much. One of the things that I love is also mangoes. So there was a time I went to the village, and Sarah was not there. My dad was not there. I went alone. I was the only one from our family that went to just be with grandma that time, grandma and grandpa. So I I went to the garden as usual with my grandmother, and she told me, "Oh, Lois, you can go back for breakfast. Go home. Go back home for breakfast, and then I'll find you there." Meanwhile, before we continue with, let me see. Okay, all right. I thought I saw a comment. So uh, that day, I was putting on Sarah. I decided to put on Sarah's dress. It was a green dress, a long one. You know, when you're a younger sibling and you're putting on your elder sister's dress. So I was in Sarah's dress, a green dress, I remember, and I went back home from the garden. So instead of going for breakfast, I decided to I decided to go and climb the mango tree in one of the sections in the compound, because the mangoes were all orangey yellow. You know, it was really nice. It's nice to be in the village. So I went and climbed the tree, and I went to the highest point, because that point had very good mangoes, very good looking mangoes. So I went and climbed the highest point, and I just sat. Normally, when you're in because the things are growing organically, so we don't even mind about bringing it down to go and wash. So you just eat from the tree. It's really nice. It's a nice experience. So I was there, seated with in my long dress, and just eating, like, eating the mangoes. I ate the first one. I ate the second one. Um, I the third one, and then I was going, I think, for the fourth. And that one, I remember how that mango looked. I remember how it looked like. So I went to I extended my hand to pick the mango, and that's when I tripped on. I stepped on the dress, and I tripped. I fell. I came down flying, and I tried to do some kind of position so that I could fall in a better position. But I hit the branches, I hit the mangoes, and I fell so hard on the ground, just sitting like this. I was trying, still, even in the mid-air, I was trying to think. So I just fell while sitting like this, and I was trying to protect my hand, but this one slapped the ground. So it was so painful. But remember the first thing, I had my cousins there, so I was a little bit embarrassed that I'd just fallen from a tree. You know, we used to brag as children that we are the champions, you know, with so it was so it was so embarrassing that I fell like that. And remember, by the time I reached down, the mangoes hit me. The mangoes all came on me. Like everything was just so the mangoes hit me, and I was surrounded by mangoes, green ones, ripe ones, so they were all there, and the leaves, you know, from the branches I hit. So they were all there, and actually, being a child is very funny. I was still looking for that. I was so angry that I was still looking for that particular mango that made me fall. Ah, what is it? How high were you, Lois, when falling from that mango? I was so high, like what is it? I don't know, but I was high. It was really high. I went to the highest branch, and um, and no, Sarah did not get mad with a dress. But growing up, I was always looking for trouble with Sarah, because there was a time that we were sent out to harvest during the harvest season for the sweet potatoes. We were sent to the garden. There were people who were digging out the sweet potatoes, and we were just supposed to go and collect them and bring to the home from the garden. So instead, I got tired, and instead of going to pick mine from the garden, uh, inside the garden, Sarah had already collected hers. For me, I was picking mine directly from the garden and taking straight home. But Sarah was collecting hers and bringing next to the road, you know, the pathway. And so, because I got tired, I decided to just go and collect for Sarah. And Sarah was furious. She was so furious with me. And she, why don't you go and pick your own sweet potatoes? So, and then I was just being naughty. And I remember just grabbing Sarah by the leg, and I got stuck there because I was so tired. I refused to let go of her leg. And so, um, our other elder sister Becky interfered. She came and just said, what are you guys doing this? So it was fun always, and like growing up was so much fun, because I was the youngest. I'm still the youngest, of course, and I always looked for a lot of trouble, like from especially Sarah, and she was the one who used to scrub my legs during the evening hours, and I'll just be giggling like, and then she'd just slap me to keep quiet. So it was fun growing up. We have so much stories. Sometimes when we're together, we just tell our stories and we just laugh and laugh and laugh. So I still even have a scar in my hand here. Every time, like I would wake up early and cry after my mom whenever she was going to office. So you know you don't want to part from your mom. So I always cried, like crying after mom. I wanted her to take me to her office in the morning. So every day I put the same hand next to the door where Sarah would come and open and like squeeze, annoying me. So every time I would be crying, like Sarah would squeeze my hand. We have so many stories that we have together. But this one with the mangoes, Sarah was not there, and I was in her dress when I fell. I was so embarrassed. So my grandfather, my grandfather usually enjoyed sitting under the tree. He used to enjoy sitting under the tree so much. And he would tell the boys, do not kill the birds. You can go to the rice fields and chase away the birds. but do not tamper with the birds here because they sing for me good music. So that was my grandfather. I was a lover of nature, and he died in 2019. But he just loved being outdoors and in nature, even if he had asthma, which will affected him during the flowering seasons. So my grandfather was seated under a particular tree, a mango tree. Yes, he was seated listening to. Normally during the days, he would just collect his newspaper and with his radio to listen to news. That guy loved news. He loved reading his newspapers. He loved listening to the news on radio. He just loved his programs on radio and newspapers. Never really liked other things so much, and exercising was his thing. A question, Lois. Were all lions already in national parks when your grandparents were children? Did they not have to be worried about lions even at night in the village that time? Um, no, the lions have always been like in particular places, but not where my grandparents. Although other animals, of course, were there, which they could deal with, but not lions specifically. But yeah, there were animals, of course, these days. Like animals, we have still animals in certain areas that people still have to deal with, especially those who stay even near the parks. Sometimes get affected, but no, I don't think they had like very big problems. I wish they were still alive. I would actually ask them. I would take you and just ask them. But we still have one grandmother that is remaining, and I can't wait to bother her. Whenever I'm with her, I'm just I used to just go from one point to the other, from this person to the other, to this one, to just bother them with stories. And I must say, I really miss them because they had plenty of stories to tell me. So during that time, my grandmother came after me falling. I tried to run. I tried to run because I was very embarrassed when I fell from the mango tree, and I tried to run, but I felt pain in my hand. So I could only do like this. I couldn't do this because it was so painful. So what I did, because I knew something was not right, I decided to just cover my eyes like this, and I lay down waiting for people to come. And my grandfather was like, "Oh, what was that? I thought it was a door that had just fallen from like the main door had just fallen for some reason." Because the sound that I made while falling down, it was loud. The mangoes really hit me. So they came, they examined me. They're like, "Oh, nothing is broken, this." So my grandmother came from the garden, and she was really furious with me. "I told you to go have breakfast, and you just went to the mango." Like, she was furious. And I remember being so pissed at why my grandmother was shouting at me. I looked at her like I was really looking at her in pain. So she felt sorry for me, and I was in the house, and every night for 2 weeks, my dad didn't know. Those of Sarah didn't know anything. I was just going through this in the village, and for 2 weeks, my grandfather my grandfather got somebody to be taking me every day to the hospital for injections to get treatment. And 2 weeks I suffered. I was crying every night. It was painful. And I remember every night my grandfather would come from his room and just to sit, he would just sit beside me on the bed, and go, "Oh, here it's paining. Oh, yeah." And then it just allows me to cry it out. I would cry, and he comforts me until I went back to sleep, and he would go back to sleep too. So it was quite it was amazing. And that time my grandfather was actually sleeping in another house. I was in another house within the homestead. So it would leave his house every night to come and check on me. Your bones were not broken? No, my bones were not my bones were not broken. But definitely I had a sprain. It was painful. It was so painful. And yeah, 2 weeks I finished my injections, and every day my grandfather checked on me. The moment I felt better, I was back on that tree again. It was my grandmother. My grandmother was just so pissed off. And my grandfather was just told her, you know, kids, just let her be. And I went back on the same tree after like 3 weeks. I went back on the same tree and I climbed again. Yeah. Just so yeah, circling the property. I've got to go get rid of invasive species. Thank you. Love the stories. Thank you so much for being with me. I appreciate that so much. Today we have actually gone to other stories, but normally we just do urban farming as answering questions. But it's good to just deviate a little bit every now and then to other stories. Thank you so much for being with me, Greenman. I appreciate you so much. And please be careful. Be careful and greet your family for me. Send them my love and greetings from Uganda. So yeah, I was back on the tree 3 weeks later. And on the same tree, my cousin, my cousin came during another cousin of mine came within the same time. Yeah, within the same time, my cousin came. The guy, you know, was showing off. Hey, is this the mango tree that you can fall from? I can show you how to. Uh, I know, no, but so it was boasting about why I would fall from such a tree, you know, and then it was trying to show off, trying to climb the same tree to show off that he could do it much better. But before he even reached a quarter of before he reached a quarter of the tree, he fell on his back. And that was not even it was just it was so it was not even a quarter of the tree yet. So he fell and he kept quiet. But you know what happened next? He got up very quietly and then held his back like this, and then he did like this. Then he went, ayo. He was crying. He ran inside the house. It was the funniest moment ever. We burst, my cousins who were there and we just burst out laughing. We laughed. And before we knew it, our grandmother was just having us with some canes, you know. We all ran and hid, and it was such a fun afternoon. I laughed that afternoon. I laughed so much, and those of Sarah came looking for me to were hiding from grandma when that happened, and those of Sarah came to look for me. I saw Becky calling me to eat. I saw Sarah come, and then I just went. I sneaked around and went. So funny. Growing up was fun. Yeah. So that mango tree is still there, and I'm still not afraid of it. Um, it has many fun stories on that particular tree, because on the same tree, one of my cousins climbed, and while he was eating, he saw a snake, a green one, and that is that is when he became Superman. He didn't even know how he reached the ground. It's so funny. All right. For you guys who know what ekparoke is, I've been asking about this particular tree. It's like a berry, it's like something, but I'm going to show you the next time. I showed it on the video when I was in Soroti. I have been looking for the name, the English name for that particular tree, but we know it as ekparoke in our language. So that tree, I went with my cousin. Uh, Normally, if the tree was very high, there are trees that are really hard to climb. But my cousin went and climbed that tree. As I was collecting, I was with my work was to collect on ground, so it was shaking, and I was telling him, please shake this branch, shake the branch here. And I was like, yeah. So I was like, okay. I was shaking the tree so that it could fall and I collect. And it was up. So when he shook one of the branches, the snake fell from that particular branch next to me, and yeah, snakes are quite something. Yeah. So that time when the snake fell right next to me, I scattered. I ran a different direction. The snake ran a different crawled to a different direction. My cousin didn't know how it climbed down, but it was down within seconds, and it went a different direction, and we met at a different junction. So it was the funniest thing, guys. I have a lot of stories, childhood stories that are amazing. So thank you so much, guys, for being with me today. I just thought about engaging with you a little bit as I was already in the garden. So I appreciate you so much for staying with me. I guess I am not going to stay long today because tomorrow I might go on live again tomorrow. But today I just thought about saying hello. Yes, tomorrow definitely I should because I've promised many people that I'll go on live on Wednesdays and Sundays. So I'll be on live again tomorrow. Today was just a hello, and also to compensate for the other week, the previous week that I wasn't on live with you guys, because I remember on Sunday I wasn't feeling so, I was fatigued. I was so fatigued. Um, so I did not do a video with you or did not go on live with you guys. But yeah, let us talk about, promote and encourage urban farming. If you have any questions in regards to urban farming, please don't hesitate to leave me a comment, and of course like our live stream. That helps us a lot to engage with more people over and over. So please leave me a comment, and of course that helps me also a lot on knowing what to talk about with you guys in the subsequent videos. Tell me what you want me to talk about, the challenges that you're experiencing, this and that, and I'm very happy to address those problems too. Because sometimes I am encouraging you to do urban farming when you're actually experiencing certain issues. So I should be able to also uh, help you on how to deal with those problems. So when you tell me or inquire about something, particular thing in regards to urban farming, I'll be very, very happy to do that for you, and it helps me a lot because that helps me also make these videos to address these particular problems for all of us, because one of you may ask and the other person might also want to know what to know the answer to that. So when you send me those question inquiries, I might answer directly, but I also might make videos on them just to help each and every one of you. Okay, like in class sometimes in high school, wherever, if somebody asked maybe a question, uh, that question addresses a lot for the other people who are very shy to ask. So I believe that when you ask me something, I should just address it for everybody so that everybody benefits, right? So let us encourage and promote urban farming. I am very firm on that because urban farming is our future. We always, of course, deviate and do some other videos here and there just to balance a little bit or just take a break a little bit. But we are all about urban farming. So please feel free to leave me a comment. Feel free to make your own suggestions, this and this, on what you want me to make videos on, and I'll be very, very happy to do that. So it's getting dark now, and I'm going to have to end the live. But yeah, even though you are not able to join the live, please leave me a comment, leave me a like, and I'll be very, very happy to engage with you one way or the other. No, but thank you so much for being with me. And of course, if you just joined the live and you weren't able to say hello, you can still leave me a comment even after here. We are all about happen farming, guys, and I thank you a lot for joining the live, for being with me all this while. It means a lot. So until next time, I have to say bye bye now. No, but thank you so much. I'll see you on tomorrow's live too. Okay, thank you so much. Bye bye. See you tomorrow. And see you guys. Thank you so much for being with me. Okay.